Hey, what is up guys? My name is Marcus, and this is part 2 of my review of the Wowgo 2S Mini. If you haven't seen part 1 yet, there will be a link to it in the description. I've been riding the Mini daily for just over 1.5 weeks, and while it took a while to get used to the smaller deck, it has overall been a very pleasant ride. The Wowgo 2S Mini is an excellent electric skateboard. Top speed is fast, range is great, and acceleration is smooth yet quick. Everything related to the hardware feels very solid, from the excellent remote to the metal enclosures on the underside that house all the electronics. Let's run through the specs real quick. I was able to reach 36.8 km an hour with a total weight of about 74 kilos, which is fairly close to the advertised 38 km an hour. Of course, top speed depends on weight, road conditions, wind, and ultimately measuring equipment. As for range, the initial couple of days I got 5 to 6 km using up about 50 to 60% of the battery. After full discharge and recharge, I did a proper range test and got 12.2 kilometers before the battery died. I was in fast mode, and I'm thinking that you'd get slightly further if you stay in eco mode. This board has the standard battery, and as I stated in part 1, I really recommend that you get the slightly upgraded LG version for a slight increase in range. For most people, it will be worth it. A full charge takes just short of 2.5 hours with the supplied 2-amp charger. Battery sag is not really noticeable until you run low on battery. At about 20% you feel the board slowing down for sure, and at 10% you're basically riding at walking speed. But this is fairly common amongst electric vehicles though. The deck is 20 centimeters wide and 70 centimeters long and offers no flex. It has a small kicktail built in, which I've personally found very useful. It makes turning 90 degrees a breeze, but you should be careful when you accelerate, as the kicktail makes it easy to do a wheelie. The wheelbase is 52 centimeters and the track distance is 26.5 centimeters. While the board itself doesn't have a battery indicator, the remote has a detail one built in with 4 LEDs that can show a total of 8 different levels of battery, since each light can either be solid or blinking. This gives a very detailed view of your battery consumption when riding, but the downside is that you have to press a button to display the battery level. It would have been nice to also have an indicator on the board, but I actually haven't really missed it. There are also 3 distinct speed modes built in, but they only really limit top speed as acceleration stays mostly the same. It's a bit odd, and I assume that it is only a software issue that Wowgo could potentially fix in the future with a firmware update. The acceleration wheel on top of the remote feels responsive and is easy to fine-tune your speed when you ride by rolling your thumb on the wheel. The brakes are smooth, and it is possible to stop rather abruptly even at higher speeds without too much discomfort. There is also very low latency between the remote and the board, as you can see in this footage that has been slowed down 20 times. The board can also go in reverse by flipping the switch on the side of the remote, but it makes less sense on the Mini due to the kicktail. The riding experience is overall great once you get used to the smaller size. It's most enjoyable at slower speeds around 30 km an hour, since at higher speeds cracks and wobbles become more prominent due to the shorter wheelbase. It is definitely scarier hitting a pebble at these speeds compared to a traditional longboard. Considering that the Mini also lacks a true beginner mode, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it to new riders. But if the short deck doesn't sit well with you, it is very easy to swap, and Wowgo even ships extra foam pads to make the process even easier. All in all, the Wowgo 2S Mini is an excellent board that is well worth your money. But think twice before you decide between this version and the one with a standard longboard deck. Let me know which one you would pick and why in the comments below. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you like the content. Thanks for watching!